Friends, I don't know about you, but I think I want a world which is much better than the one we are in for our kids, our grandchildren and the rest. And so it's incumbent upon all of us to do something to make better the world that we're going to leave behind us. Like Martin Luther King once said, if you have something to die for, then you deserve to live. But if you don't have anything that you're willing to die for, then you have no business living. Yeah? And so it's incumbent upon each one of us who has a role and opportunity to talk to one or two people to tell them the predicament that we have before us. And I think that in an auditorium, when people are in a race, a lot of these athletes who are busy running, they may not have a lot of time to say a lot of stuff, but people who are on the sideline, they will have a lot of words that they will keep mentioning. It could be positive, it could be, a negative, while these guys are running, And so let's choose to be people who are in the business of doing something. You exert that positive energy that you have to do something to make the world that we are in to be a better place. And let me be clear. Ugandans, young people are yearning for change, and I see them, a lot of young people are like, hey, we want these old people to go, and they should move, they should do this. And I'm telling you for free, they're not going nowhere. Because we must seize power if we need to be intentional about it as young people. And don't forget it that the older people are very necessary and very important. But how comes they have never admired leadership of the people of like Nelson Mandela Madiba, who came to the limelight and they relinquished power and just gave it out, but they still remain powerful and the names are immortal? How comes they have never learned that? How comes they have never seen the works of Captain Thomas Sankara, who did in a space of about 5 years, and then, he was able to do something? How comes Uganda, for example, because I talk about Uganda because I know Uganda, how comes President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni Kaguta, has never admired the works of people like John Pombe Magufuli in our lifetime, trying to change Tanzania in just a space of about 5 years or 6, whatever it is? How comes they've never admired? And close to 4 decades, you're still thinking of loans to make better your country. We are inflating budgets, which is unnecessary. I don't know who is the master we are trying to please here. And of course, I get it. I really get it. Because I think Ugandans have got to be interested in seeing which country they want to leave behind them. Because if people continue to run that country as if it is for a foreigner, of course I get it. Because, by the way, to be clear, we need to trace the roots of the president. We need to trace. It should be in public domain. It should be in people's interest to get that one very clear. I don't want to deal with ESA, but Ugandans should be interested in knowing that. Okay, let's leave that aside. Okay, for me, let me be clear, guys. If it means talking about things that require us to, do the right thing, to make sure that we have a country that works for all of us, where everybody has a same equal opportunity, because we are all human beings and we deserve to live, and everybody should be okay. I will talk, and even if it means death, I will talk till death, because it is until when we are intentional and we want to prove that something can happen and it can be done, we must do it. And don't even fear about death, because at the end of the day, everybody is going to die. Whether they poison you or they kill you or they do whatever it is, everybody is going to die, including them. Nobody is immortal. And for me, I think that people who have no business in saying things that even if they know, they would keep quiet. I'm not part of that. And I will unite with anybody to do right. And I will unite with no one to do wrong. And if we are clear, let's have systems that are working. Let's have good hospitals that are going to work for everybody, that they're going to hospitals and find medicine, find ambulances that are going to save lives, roads, networks that are going to work for everybody, school education systems that work for all of us. And we must be intentional about it, because I'm telling you guys, the talks about corruption and fighting corruptions here and there, which are not even taking shape, it is because we do not have the political will. And let's be clear, because if you have it, let's see people who have been involved in scandals be put behind bars, then see if the next other people will do it, because they will not do it. But if the leader is intentional about having it to continue running, he will do exactly that. He will do exactly that, to embrace the process, because it has been the norm. They have normalized corruption. They have, they have institutionalized it. They put through all the systems, and if we have made it a point that is the norm, what else do we have to do? And so it's incumbent upon all of us to do something, that we will see our poor people who are suffering down on their luck. They are living a mediocre kind of life, and they are not going nowhere. It should pain all of us. It should pain all of us. And I think all of us, if we think that we are okay by building great walls and put electricity, and we have put a lot of armies and tanks around us, and we think we are safe, we are not safe. If you're eating so much and you leave your neighbors to live on luck, trust me, you are not okay. Because we must all feel protected. We must all feel the good life that we talk about. We must all feel the security that we are talking about. It's only fools who will think that they are safe if they have built walls against or around them, and put the best tanks around them, and they still think that they are safe. Because when the masses rise up, history has proven it beyond doubt, from the French Revolution down to the recent Egypt. If people are intentional and they mean something, they can do whatever they want to do. And you might say that, okay, yes, even if you talk, there's nothing going to be done. But there are people who are going to listen to it. I want to see a generation that is coming which is much better than the one that we are in. I want to see young person rising up tomorrow. And I want to continue what Hitman has started. That will be my joy and happiness, to see us going higher and higher. That all of the African nations can rise up to greatness. It's incumbent upon all of us. It's incumbent upon all of us. Even if it means to die, but speaking the truth, we must be intentional. If you are not going to be part of it, I don't want to be part of that generation who knows the truth and they keep quiet. I'm not part of that. I'm not part of that. And we must do the right thing. That will help us in building consensus. We must do things that are going to see us in the best way possible, that we will do things that will be exactly that which touches everyone's life, because everybody counts. And that should matter to all of us.